Unity TV, murya cikin nazari.
Hello and welcome to News Hour on Unity TV. Today is Monday, 25th of September 2023 and it's equivalent to 10th of Rabiul Awal 1445 after Hijrah. The headlines. Tinubu orders immediate rescue of abducted Zamfara students. Wike revokes 22 allocations, gives 3-month grace to 21 embassies and 168 others. 10 dead as Jigawa records suspected cases of diphtheria. And on the foreign scene, at least 6 dead, 100 injured in Taiwan factory fire. And in sports on EPL, Newcastle trash Sheffield United 8-0. And those were the headlines. And for details and more of the stories, I am Rukayat Sani Ibrahim. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on Sunday directed security agencies to rescue the remaining female students of the Federal University Gusau, Zamfara State, who were recently abducted by terrorists. Around 3:00 a.m. Friday, armed bandits breached at least 3 hostels in the school and led away several students, including females. Friday's abduction comes only 5 months after armed persons kidnapped at least 2 female students of the same university. Within the same period, over 80 youths who went to the forest to pick firewood were kidnapped in Wanzamai village in Zamfara. During Friday's abduction, personnel of the Nigerian army reportedly engaged the terrorists in a shootout and rescued 6 female students. However, over 20 students remain in the terrorists' custody. In a statement signed by his special advisor on media and publicity, Ajure Inga Lele, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu said there is no moral justification for such heinous crimes against innocent victims whose only offense was their pursuit of quality education, and directed security agencies to rescue remaining female students abducted at Federal University, Gusau. 4 persons, including a soldier, have been killed in an ambush along Goza-Limankara Road, 134 kilometers from Maiduguri by Boko Haram terrorists. They were killed in a convoy comprising civilian JTF and the military escorting passengers along the road. Several other motorists were also abducted by Boko Haram insurgents while setting ablaze a military patrol van and 5 other vehicles. A local source told newsmen that the incident took place around 5 p.m. on Saturday, but failed network delayed communications till Sunday afternoon. But military authorities were yet to comment on the matter as at the time of filing this report. Marauding Boko Haram insurgents Saturday killed 10 farmers and abducted a few others in Mafa local government area of the state. Aside from the attack, which occurred late afternoon in the fields between Balakunkuma and Maiwa villages of Baram Karowa ward of the local government area, the insurgents also sneaked into Zanari ward, Maiduguri metropolitan part of the same local government area in the same day and squeezed out 4 million naira from a businessman to avoid abduction. An impeccable source, Ya Bukar, who confirmed the attack to newsmen, gave the number of abductees as 4, although another source, Goni Muhammad, has their number as 9. Borno Police Command spokesman ASP Sani Shatambaya could not be immediately reached to confirm the incident as of the time of filing this report. Minister of the Federal Capital Territory FCT Barrister Nyesam Wike has revoked 21 plots of land in Abuja Central Business District CBD. A revocation notice signed by the Permanent Secretary in the FCT administration, Mr. Olusade Adesola, said the minister took the decision in the exercise of the powers conferred on him by Land Use Act 1978. Some of the allotees affected by the revocation include Lowe Lintas, Tourist Company of Nigeria, Kocharis Motors, CFA Motors, Chidoi Properties, among others. In another statement, Director of Information and Communication in the FCTA, Muhammad Hazard Suley, said the minister has approved a 3-month grace period for 189 title holders who have obtained building plan approvals but are yet to commence development on their property. Among those given the 3-month grace are 21 embassies and 168 others. At least 10 people have died following an outbreak of 91 suspected cases of diphtheria across 14 local government areas in Jigawa State. The State Ministry of Health confirmed this to journalists during a press briefing in Dutse on Sunday. The permanent secretary in the ministry, Dr. Salisu Mazu, said so far 2 cases have been confirmed at Kazaure and Jahun local government areas, while some samples have been taken to Abuja for confirmation. Mazu pointed out that this outbreak was particularly concerning as it occurred in areas with a history of zero-dose routine immunization against the epidemic. He also stressed the urgency of the situation, saying the state government is actively preparing to administer vaccine as soon as they become available. He also attributed the outbreak to the disruptions in healthcare services caused by the COVID-19 pandemic, explaining that the suspension of routine immunization during that period posed a significant challenge. In response, the NPHDA and NCDC have been closely monitoring the situation and collaborating with the state ministry to ensure a swift and effective response to contain the outbreak. An Apex Fulani professional group in Africa has condemned Saturday's gruesome killing of one of its leaders, Ardo Adamu Idris Gabdo, in Panyam village of Mangu local government area of Plateau State, describing the dastardly act as barbaric, senseless, and unwarranted. It, however, appealed to kingsmen across the country to remain calm as security agencies had begun a manhunt for the perpetrators. The deceased, who was the Ardo of Panyam community in Mangu, was reportedly killed in the area by yet-to-be-identified criminals while returning from a peace meeting with some local community leaders in the area. The report said he had traveled from Bauchi, where he had relocated following the recent crisis in Mangu, to seek peace so his people could return to harvest their crops not destroyed during the crisis. Reacting to the development in a statement on Sunday, the Fulani group operating under the aegis of Coalition of Fulbe Professionals in Africa, COFPIA, expressed sadness that the killings came when the Special Military Outfit Operation Safe Haven, OPSH, and other stakeholders had restored peace to Plateau State. In the statement signed by its national president, Malam Muhammad Gidado Tilde, the Coalition of Fulbe Professionals in Africa thanked OPSH for the prompt deployment of troops to the area to prevent the breakdown of law and order and the contemplation of possible reprisal following the development. The Nigerian Labour Congress (NLC) has slammed the organized private sector (OPS) over its opposition to a nationwide strike on the grounds that the economy cannot withstand countrywide industrial action now. It said that the OPS was opposing the strike because it wanted to continue paying slave wages to workers. Also, the NLC alleged that some groups suspected to be agents of the government were planning to sabotage the ongoing struggle for palliatives to cushion the negative effects of subsidy removal on petrol. An impeccable source told newsmen yesterday that the government was working hard to use some members of the union and some associations to discredit the struggle, with the argument that any strike embarked upon by labor will worsen the economic situation. The source also said that some of the associations from the organized private sector had resorted to taking laughable positions because they were afraid that they might be bound to implement any position of the government would take that will favor workers. Asked what could be the possible outcome of the NEC meeting tomorrow, the source said it is difficult to predict what will be the outcome of NEC because the government is using more time creating division and sabotaging the struggle instead of using the same time and energy to solve the problems at hand. And on the foreign scene, a fire at a golf ball factory in Taiwan killed at least 6 people, 3 of them firefighters, who died in an explosion, authorities said Saturday. The fire, which began Friday evening and raged all night, injured more than 100 people, most of them workers, the Pingtung country government told local media. 1 firefighter and 3 other people were missing. Taiwan's President Tsai Ing-wen visited the scene on Saturday morning and expressed condolence to the victims' families and said an investigation into the cause of the tragedy is underway. She also stopped at the morgue to pay respect to the victims and visited the injured at a hospital. And in sport, Newcastle came close to matching the Premier League's record margin of victory as they trashed Sheffield United 8-0 at Bramall Lane on Sunday. Eddie Hoare's side ran riot with goals from St. Longstaff, Dan Burn, Sven Botman, Callum Wilson, Anthony Gordon, Miguel Almiron, and Bruno Guimarães and Alexandra Isak. The biggest winning margin in the Premier League era is 9-0, a score recorded by Manchester United against Ipswich and Southampton in 1995 and 2021 respectively. Liverpool won 9-0 against Bournemouth last year, while Leicester managed it against Southampton in 2019. Still on Premier League, Tottenham came from behind twice to rescue a pulsating 2-2 draw against Arsenal thanks to Son Heung-min's double in Sunday's North London derby. And with the sport news, we've come to the end of our bulletin for today. You can follow us on our social media handles at Facebook, Instagram and Twitter at Unity Radio FM TV, respectively. You can also watch us live on the satellite decoder Badarsat, which has been watched in about 38 countries of the world free. You can also follow and stream us live on our YouTube channel at Unity FM TV. I am Rukayat Sani Ibrahim. Thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of our programs. To have yourself a lovely day.